Let me get this straight. You blew up a building.
2 CIs and the CEO of 22andU.
2 competing federal agencies with the same mission.
I don't understand why those Fed a-holes are so darn mean.
To protect the public from the scourge of dangerous misinformation.
You know those bum idiots. This is all them. We had a solid case.
The word entrapment, not even in their vocabulary.
The explosives we provided were fake.
Sworn to a duty to always tell the truth.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
We're all being transferred.
To where?
The only place currently with openings. Alaska.
Good morning.
Welcome to the office, huh?
And we got the retro feel. You know, the funny about federal buildings, they're all different, but they're still somehow all the same.
Oh, good morning, Agent Walker. At the coffee station. We actually drew straws before he got here, and I won, so we get to work together.
Let's get started. Let's see if we can't stir something up.
Let's give it a minute. I like to warm up my truth muscles, a little coffee beforehand.
Well, what do you want to do first?
What do we have for a surveillance van?
Oh, wow. I got a Ford Explorer. We don't have a surveillance van.
Do you put many cases here?
Cases?
Yeah, cases. We're the tip of the spear when it comes to protecting American democracy.
You really believe this? You really believe that people posting crap online is going to cause our country to crumble?
I think the work that we do is important.
We don't have a surveillance van.
Missing people got one. We've never needed one.
We need a surveillance van. We need a big case or a CI who can lead us to a big case.
What do you need the van for?
Surveillance.
CIs, or confidential informants, are the lifeblood of any good law enforcement agency. Public posts on social media are one of the best ways to find CIs. Agents would never use coercion or take things out of context to try and persuade someone to become a confidential informant.
The new Taylor Swift single is absolute fire. I'm just seeing a lot of incendiary and violent language here.
Agents always need to be on their toes and ready to make snap decisions.
Is there anything I can do for you guys? Actually, David, there is something you can do for us.
Chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggies.
What?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. McDonald's cheeseburger.
Burger King.
Burger King cheeseburger.
Flame broiled.
And chicken nuggets.
Oh, baby, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be your beaver pilot. Said, honey, know you're gonna like it. I wanna be.
Awesome, right?
Is this a loner?
This thing's totally legit.
What is this? It's got windows!
Hello. All right, we are live. A little bit of an echo. Yes, we are kicking it live. But yeah, how is everybody doing? We got here. Oh, that's not right. Hang on. This is like the super quick setup time today. It was like way fast. Like I got home at 27 after and like hit the button and like started throwing everything together. It was crazy. My leg's doing fine now. It just cramped up yesterday during the race. It was okay. Yesterday it didn't take long for it to go away, but in the moment I was like, nope, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't don't wanna, not gonna. Not gonna do it. So I decided to cut it off. Not my leg. I didn't cut my leg off. I cut the race off. That'd be a little bit of an overreaction. Oh, my leg's got a cramp. Cut it off. Doesn't need to be there. You can do without one leg. Okay. But yeah, it was it was all right. Yeah, no, the track was good. I didn't practice enough, and so there were a couple spots that I could have done so much better. Like there were a couple spots I know I was losing a lot of time. Like the very last complex, I was losing a lot of time there, and then like the second, it's like you go down the straight, and then you got the chicane, and then you've got a little complex that's kind of like Indy Road, and that complex I know I was losing a lot of time. And then the last complex before you come onto the straightaway, I know I was losing a lot of time there. Oh my gosh, the Reds won today. Holy moly. That is crazy. 8-4. I was watching the score throughout the day, and it seemed like they were always down. So they must have come on. Let's see. Yeah, in the fifth, they scored 4 runs. So it was 2-2 in the third. Then it was okay, maybe not. It's 2-0. Then it was 2-2 in the third. Then it was 2-0 in the top of the fifth. And then it was 6-4. Or no, it was 4-2 in the top of the fifth. Then it was 6-4. And then it was 8-4. So, all right. Good job, Reds. Look at that. They're on a roll. They're actually now above 500. The Reds are above 500. Oh, man, I just turned on the thing here. I don't want to do that. Okay. I just turned it on in my ear, like part of the game. Dan definitely had a rough time. I know. I just get up and wander away from my live stream. No, Dan West had a rough time for sure. I didn't see how Devin ended up, but I know I think he was farther up front, but I know Dan was back with me because him and I were fighting that one time, and then he was behind me, and then I think he wrecked, and then yeah, I know Jeff Stabenow was having a rough time. Yeah, it was so much on and off the gas, and I guess I got to look at my gas pedal position because normally it's not that bad. I mean, even I drove 2+ hours the other night at the Nordschleife, right? But it's just not as on and off as that track is. That track is like really, really intensive on the pedals. Like it's just on and off, on and off, on and off. Gas is really on and off the gas the whole entire time. It was just crazy. All right. Well, I think we'll just get right into it because it's already 6:40. We're just going to kick it. I'm going to open up my editing software and we're going to get cracking. Because I got a show to put out some year, maybe next year, the way things are going. No, I'm trying to get through this editing so we can actually get a show out. And of course, I got a newer version is available. And because I'm using the beta, you always want to update. So, all right, fine. I will update and we'll look at see apps and then view updates. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm not updating all of them. I'm just going to update Premiere Pro beta. I'm not going to update the whole thing because that would take forever. Shit, Audition. I better update that one too. Okay, we'll update 2 of the things and then I'll come back later and update the other one. All right. Yeah, no, that track was tough, man. It was really just, you had to watch, and it just tough as far as like on and off the gas. It's not really a super hard track. It's kind of skinny in spots, and then but yeah, it's just on and off, on and off, on and off constantly. So all right, that's going pretty quick. All right. What's going on? I mean, there's so much crap going on. I don't even want to. Not even interested in all the stupid stuff happening. We really, yeah. The media just focuses on the dumbest stuff. And then they think they've got a story, and so they just pound it and 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 pound it till people just tune out and say, I'm done listening to your crap. Okay, so we'll do some of that on Thursday with Michael, see what he has to say. But yeah, it's so annoying. Like we keep finding, and they won't report on the, all the money that we're finding that we're that we're spending and money that's supposedly going overseas, and it gets cycled back to the people in Congress, and that gets put into their things, or the $100 million that came in from like outside, dark money, overseas groups that is funding a lot of the shit that's happening right now. All the legal stuff that's going on, it's all funded. A lot of it's funded from overseas, and we don't hear that. Nobody reports on that. That's not important news. That's not important at all. Hang on a second. Oh. Just looking at my light that's on my screen behind me. All right, let me share. Entire screen. Big screen. Sharing the big screen. All right, so I have got to. All right, I got to decide what is next. So, okay, so I did find some music. I don't know if it's going to stay or not, but this is like the introduction to the 2 main confidential informant characters. Is kind of how they get introduced to the thing. And so the first 4 minutes is them sleeping and waking up. That's all it is. But I found some music. We'll see what you guys think. I had to do some rearranging and move some of it around, and let me make this a little bigger. In fact, we can do that. Sounds kind of triumphant, right? Triumphant music. Oh, shit. Really? No sound? God damn it. Oh, maybe I didn't turn the sound on. Shit. All right. Damn technical difficulties. Always. All right. I know I turned the sound on. Okay. No, maybe I didn't. I probably didn't click that button right there. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Music for this scene. Okay. Wanted something that kind of started off and then kind of built up. Yep. And this is his alarm. Back to music. I like that it kind of fades back and it starts over because I had to stretch the song out. Then we have another. Nope, not this time. And that just fit right there. That's funny kind of that kind of fit there. Then we have another alarm. He's gonna turn that off. We need to adjust that. Okay. Hang on. 250. I gotta make a note. We got a little adjusting to do. Notebook. 250. $250. Okay. Now we start getting into some more triumphant music. We're not turning the music off for the alarm this time. Build up. She's all exercising. He's all bong hitting it.
We are investigating the unfortunate
There we go.
events of last week. As you know, there was an explosion at a chicken processing plant. We are working with the management and staff of Mr. Plucky's to ascertain what happened and to retrieve any surveillance. There are a number of rumors about who was on site. As is always the case with events of this kind, there is a massive disinformation being posted online. You may rest assured that your government will protect its citizens from any and all words that are not 100% the truth. Now, we will open this up to questions.
Do we have any idea what the cause of the explosion was?
We have no idea about the cause of the explosion at this time. The agents are pursuing any leads.
Was it a terrorist attack?
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
If this was intentional, do you have any groups that you're looking at?
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
But you can't deny that this could have been a terrorist attack, right?
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
All right. And that's where I'm at. You can see I've got. All right. Yep. Okay. I have no other press conference yet because I haven't decided what I'm putting there. But I did. Now, what happened is in the original one. So while we're filming this scene, and I'll show you here. This is us filming this scene. Jody is in the background reading the script, right? So, hang on one second. Let me do one thing. All right. So Jody's in the background reading the script, so I lose all of my ambient sounds. Like
The Bureau could be looking at. Well,
see? So when she is spreading toast, okay, so watch. She
is the Antichrist.
She moves her cup. Okay, listen to the behind Jody's talking, we have the ambient sounds that are happening in the kitchen.
What if it was the Antichrist?
So you've got the knife clinking the plate.
News. What if it was the Antichrist dressed up?
Cup being sat down.
As the prideful Jews. Is that something the agency?
Butter scraping on the plate.
Look at that. We have no
butter scraping on toast. I've got all of that sound. I can't use any of it because Jody is talking in the background.
This is a deliberate act.
There's no way to get rid of Jody's voice and just have those sounds. So I have to go in and download the sounds from our art list library, which they have all these sound effects. I mean, it's amazing the amount of sound effects they have. But this is all sound effects. So here we have
the events of last week. As you know,
so her picking up the cup, there's just a little bit of a swipe
there was
there.
An explosion at a chicken processing plant.
And putting the cup back
we are
down.
Working with the management and staff of Mr. Plucky's.
Right there, just that tiny little thump, right? And it's not super noticeable, but you know what? In the other one, I realized that it's actually quite noticeable when she sets the cup down. So watch.
Was the Antichrist dressed?
I mean, you hear that pretty good. So I might have to bring this back up because I did turn it down a little bit. Let's bring it back up to there.
We are working with the management and staff of Mr. Plucky's to ascertain what.
See, and then we got this one. So this one was a little more involved. And now the next one's going to be way more involved. But here we go. So this is.
We have no.
So that's the toast popping up out of the toaster. Right. So, okay. Toast pops up. Toast pops up and watch our eyes go to the toaster.
Attack.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
Then this is the bread flopping on on the. This is the flop of the bread on the cutting board. Oh, I've been watching it. Yeah. It sounds like they got the jury together, and we should see opening statements like next week, I think. And there's another pre-trial hearing tomorrow. So, yep. No, I've been paying attention. That is the biggest railroad job in history. I'm planning on doing some videos. I don't know if it'll be as involved as last time because I want to get this done, but I'll be watching everybody's coverage and getting some videos together on that. So bread flopping, and now you can hear it
This was a
mixed
deliberate
in.
act.
If this was intentional, do you have any groups that you're looking at?
We have no indication.
Elise? Yeah, oh yeah. No, I've been so there's Elise who they actually brought in as a trial lawyer, right? So he's helping Jackson and Yannetti. And then they brought in another attorney who was actually the juror. So there was a juror in her case. Have they brought in another lawyer that I haven't heard about? Because I know they brought in the one that was an attorney who was actually a juror in her case. And somehow just like she probably, I guess when Proctor was testifying, she definitely made some facial expressions. And she was probably one of the most, as far as like the reports from people who were covering the trial, that as a juror, she was probably the most animated and probably the one you could tell. And then there was another one that was the same way, that you could tell just through their interactions and through some of their facial expressions, especially when certain people were testifying, like Proctor idiot, that I got sidetracked. That it was obvious. Well, just so happened that those two ended up as alternates, and we never actually heard how the alternates were picked. They were just picked, and all of a sudden, yeah, they're alternates. Oh man, it is so shady. And they're gonna try and use her own words against her and stuff. Like yeah, they're gonna try and like take statements out of context, I think, and like I don't who are they going to put on the stand to do that? I don't know. It's going to be awful. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be just a complete and utter another ridiculous case. And the prosecutor they brought in, who was like Whitey Bulger's defense attorney, is a piece of crap. That guy's a piece of crap. So yeah, I don't expect much to happen there. Okay, so right there, I expect it just to be horrible as usual. All right, we need to go up a little bit. Right there. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, actually, I want to go this way a little bit. Oh, nope, I can't go that way. Shit. I didn't realize you could see the time when I got on that thing. There we go. Oh, nope, that's not going to do it. All right. Mm. That is at 114.3. All right. Did that fix it maybe? Yay. All right. Oh, why are you... Fuck. Oh, yeah, we fixed it. All right, there we go. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's, I mean, yeah, I'm so, I don't know. I've kind of kept up on the rulings that she's made, and they're so biased. They're so ridiculous. They'll turn around, they'll deny the defense something, and then when the prosecution asks for something very similar, it's no problem. She'll just grant it. That is like one of the most biased judges I've ever seen in a murder trial, no less. And I mean, the Massachusetts, like I said, Massachusetts is the second dumbest state in the union, next to Michigan. Michigan is ridiculously dumb. There's no comparison. There's no the ladder goes all the way down to Michigan, and then it goes up a few steps to Massachusetts, which is really dumb. Massachusetts is really dumb. Never get to the level of Michigan. And then you probably got California, Illinois, Oregon, and Washington. They're all on that list. But, Michigan's got to be the worst. But anyway, I digress. All right, let's go get some more sounds in here. Okay, so let me figure out what is my next piece of the press conference that I want. So where do we end up?
Terrorist attack, right?
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
Okay, so now I got to go listen to, so we go to the press conference.
Presley Peterson.
Okay, so we've got
NPC News. The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
All right, how long would that be if I just cut out that?
The leader of the fascist.
Let's cut out the
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this.
Okay, let's cut this up a little bit.
The leader of.
Okay, so we're going to cut there. Back a little bit. All right, let me get my phone out. I have this cool app on my phone that is my Stream Deck app right there. It has all the little functions, and so I can use my phone and make edits and stuff in the in what I'm working on. So boom, add edit right there. And then we'll go here.
Full Dudes. They live in this area. Are they being considered?
Okay, so she goes all the way to there. All right, so let's copy that. First, let's see how long is that? That is, oh, that's only 8 seconds. Wow. I thought that was longer. Huh.
The leader of the.
Okay, 8 seconds. right, let's post it. Okay. And what is this? Is it's 14, and then I think this is another. So this will be a little longer. 14. So this is 16 seconds. So okay, so let's actually let's go back. Okay.
The leader of
All right. So actually, I do want to keep that first chunk in there. Okay. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna start there.
the leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe.
So he is being looked at.
All right, so this is 8, and how long is this one? 6. Okay, so those two actually, let's see these 3 here. Let's see what we got. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist.
All right, let's. And we want to enhance all of them. All right.
Deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right.
All right. Turn that.
Wing group, the Prideful Dudes. They live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe.
So he is being.
Turn the enhance off.
Miles away, I believe.
So he is being looked at.
We have no indication at this time.
Gotta get my ambient kitchen sounds in there too.
It was a deliberate act.
The leader.
Okay, what happens?
Leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes. They live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe.
So he is being looked at.
We have no indication at this time.
That was a weird jump.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
Okay. And how long is all of that? Let's see. This might be 20-second one. Yep, 19. That's all right. That's fine. It could be a little longer. We got the toast and everything.
Deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe.
So he is being looked at.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes.
All right. All right, there's my.
Deny that this could have been a terrorist attack.
right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes. They live in this area.
All right, so I need knife on plate.
They live in this area.
All right, we got to find us some sounds. All right, art. This library sounds effects, and then check this out. Knife on plate. Let's just see what happens. Scraping knife on a ceramic plate. Well, that one's not too bad. Mm. I think the silverware on plate. I think that's a good one right there. All right, let's get that. And then we don't need all of them. We just need one. All right, so we move this up into our sound effects, and then we're going to home chef silverware on plate. Okay, so we'll move it down here. Okay, so let's see, which one do we want? I think it was this.
200 miles away, I believe.
Okay, I think it's the third one I want for now. Just when the thing bumps the thing. So let's go ahead and we will add edit. Add edit. And undo. And add edit. Okay, and then let's go back where. So when she grabs a knife right there, it needs to make a little clink right there. All right, let's see what we got.
They live in this.
Turn that down. Actually, auto match first. Yeah, we're going to come way down.
They live in this. They live in.
Too late, I think.
They live in this. They live in this.
I think that's about it right there. Maybe go. You can.
They live in this. They live in this.
All right.
They live.
And then set the cup down. Needs to be a little louder.
They live in this area. They live in this area. Are they? They live in this area.
Feels like the cup is a little late. There. There it is. That bugged me the other day. I moved that around so many times. Okay.
They live in this area.
And I think the glass tingling come down because it's really quick.
Right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes. They live in this area. Are they?
Okay. And now we have more tinking.
200 miles?
Being looked at.
When she gets the butter, we got to have a tink there. So probably this first one, I think. I think it's the first one for the tink. All right, and then let's see. How many times does she go for the butter? Twice. Okay, so where is the first one? Right there.
Area. Are they being considered?
They
being considered?
Might need more of a.
They being considered?
I don't like that. That's
being
not.
considered?
Doesn't sound natural at all.
They being considered? They being considered?
Nope. That one's not going to work. The clinking sound was okay, but that's not doing it for me.
200 miles away? 200 miles away, I believe.
So he is being looked at.
All right. Okay, well, we got the first one, which is fine. Oh, get rid of that. All right, remnant.
They live in this area. Are they being considered?
All right, so we'll have to get a little more specific. Let's see. Butter on a knife from a plate. Let's see. Do we get lucky? Beating eggs. There's plenty of buttering your toast, but whisking eggs. Spoon on a ceramic tin. Nope. Let's see. We might have to do an experiment here.
Being considered?
Let me go grab a couple things. I'll be right back. All right. Knife. Butter dish. And just a plate too. So, can we record this? That is the question. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this. I'm adjusting the mic so I can get the actual recording sound. So let's see. Let's see what that sounds like. Then I'll have to put the butter back on the thing. So let's try it with just all right, let's see. See if I can get it close enough here.
Considered? Are they being considered? Area, are they being considered?
So she does two of them.
They live in this area. Are they being considered?
I mean, the butter doesn't make a sound, but the plate does. So let's just see. Let me just see if I can scrape the plate at the same time.
Live in this area. Are they being considered?
All right, let's give it a try. We're going to turn on the microphone
Are
here.
they being considered?
Ooh. It just goes as soon as you turn it on, huh? All right, let's make sure we got the right mic. Audio hardware. All right, default is Yeti Classic. Yep, that is right. Oh, I wonder if because, ooh. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's not going to let me record over
This right-wing group, the prideful dudes.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Prideful dudes.
But is there anything there? That's the question. No. Okay.
Time that this was a
Testing.
deliberate act.
The
Testing.
leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes,
Oh, hey.
the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes,
It didn't pick up my voice, but it picked up my scraping on a plate. Okay. Interesting.
they live in this area. Are they being considered?
No indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered? In this area, are they being considered?
That's a little too obnoxious. All right. But that was close. That was actually pretty good. All right.
Attack, right?
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
I don't think that worked either.
Area. Are they being considered?
Why? I don't want this. Okay, let's see. Is this better? Oh yeah, I think that's better actually. I think the butter dish is better. Okay. Oop. All right, let's try the butter dish. Butter dish.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about
in this area. Are they being considered?
Close.
Area. Are they being area? Are they being considered?
Still needs a little more of a scrapey like. All right.
indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
And this is hard.
They live in this area. Are they being considered?
Indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about 200 miles away.
Okay, we're just gonna see if that will work. I can just add it in later. All right, so. In fact, I'm just gonna do this.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
There we go. Now we got just a bunch of different scrape stuff sounds.
The leader of the
All right, let's see if we can make those work. All right, auto match that. Okay, where's the first one? Oh, I think that's about it. Hell yeah. At least the first one's pretty much on.
They live in this area. Are they being considered?
Just needs that second one needs to come back a little bit is all. So okay, so let's cut this out. We got that one. Okay, and then yep. And then we'll cut that off right there. And we'll delete that. And then we'll slide it back.
They live in this area. Are they being considered?
That is it right there. Hell yeah. Nailed it. Okay, let's all right, let's get rid of that. And there's so many toasts. I'm not gonna do the toast
Live
live.
in this area. Are they being considered?
You don't even need to be that loud. In fact, I can get rid of that. We'll just bring that up. We'll bring that up. We'll bring it down just a little bit more.
Area. Are they being considered?
Yes. So much fun. Oh, this is so cool. Do these crazy things.
Cool dudes. They live in
Add these sounds back
this
in.
area. Are they being considered?
Now, as I said, there's a whole bunch of toast sounds, so I'm not going to do toast, but the butter, we got the butter. Did it live. And I didn't even waste any butter. We still got all the butter. Yeah, I know. All right. Butter dish. Okay, now the scraping. Now the toast.
They live in this area. Are they being considered?
All right. Putting butter on toast. I mean, you could leave those guys out there and just let the other ones out in the front yard or the driveway. Yeah. and then just let the garage dogs in, leave the two idiots out front. Ah. All right, let's see what we got here. Start this back at 0.
He lives about.
Whoa. That looked pretty spot on, didn't it? Holy crap, the woolly. That was pretty much spot on. All right, where? Why did those change color? That's weird. Huh, I didn't change color. I didn't do that. I didn't do that, man. And now I can't get the color back. Why? Caribbean. All right. That was so weird, huh? Okay, where's my first? Why did that one change? What the crap is going on? Oh, am I hitting the... Oh, I might be hitting the thing here. Maybe. That was weird. Strange. Okay, where's the first butter start? Right there. That's butter number right there is butter start. Butter start. Okay. Gotta get in tighter. And here we go.
He lives about 200 miles away.
Oh! The exact amount of butters, too. Holy schnock. What?
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe.
There's no way. There's no way.
He lives about.
I didn't want it to go up. I wanted it to go down. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. So it's like, is there a... Now I'm wondering, is there like a human rhythm for buttering toast? I mean, because that just matched up way too good.
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe. So he is being looked at. We have no indication.
All right. Now we need more tinks.
This area, are they being?
Okay, now she goes back to the butter dish. Okay, back to the butter dish. So we gotta copy this.
200 miles away, I believe. So he is.
slide that over just a little bit.
Miles away, I believe.
Nope. Knife plate there.
200 miles away, I believe. So 200 miles away, I believe. So he is. Miles away, I believe. So he. Miles away, I believe. So he is.
Okay.
Away, I believe. So he is being. About 200 miles away, I believe. So he is. Miles away, I believe. So he. Miles away, I believe. 200 miles away, I believe. So he is. He lives about 200 miles away, I believe. So he is being.
That's looking good right there.
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe. So he is being.
Okay, and then we got another butter. More butter. All right, let's see. This one's not going to match up the same,
So
though.
he is being looked at.
It's going to start
We
out
have
okay.
no indication.
So, okay. First two are
Being looked.
okay. That one's good. That one's good. Okay, so we need to edit there. We need to pull this over just a little bit. Yep, a little more. Okay, and then we got butter. Okay. Okay.
Being looked at. We have no.
And that one slowed down a little bit. And then this one. What's the next one look like? Okay, we started right there. So not only am I adding the buttering in, I'm slowing it down. Actually, that one looks pretty good.
We have no indication.
Okay, and then we got to move this. What's the next one look like?
Indication at this.
Okay, that one goes a little long. Where does it start? Starts like right there. 14. So let's make it 17.
Indication at this
And then the last one. Yeah. 22.
time that at this time that this was
All right, and then find a little wipe off one. Get this. All right.
so he is being looked at. We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
All that for buttering freaking toast. Yes. I can't believe that first one fits so well, though. That's crazy.
They live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe.
So he is being looked at.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
All right, and now we need cutting the bread. That's the last thing we need. Cutting bread on a cutting board. Let's see. Maybe we got something. Cutting and chopping onions, slicing bread crust. Let's see.
Indication at this time that this was a
Oh, wait. Nope. I need to not sync this up to the timeline. Okay. The art list thing is cool because you can set it up so if you're listening to the sound effects, you can set it so it'll actually run your edit while it's playing the sound clip, and so you can actually hear what it's going to sound like. So that's actually kind of cool. But let's see. Yeah. Actually, that's not that one. Is she really sawing it though? She's not really sawing.
the deliberate act.
Oh, slicing bread on a cutting board. The sawing. It's not sawing. So many sounds to choose from. Okay, what about if we say slicing toast? What about that? Man, let's try that one, actually.
Brit Act. Brit Act.
Actually, that one might do it here. Although I don't know that it's that.
Deliberate Act.
You need that. You need the sound of the bread, of the toast. Whoa. Hmm. It's just more buttering. That's an apple. That's a knife. Hmm. See what I mean? Like hundreds of these damn sounds. Ooh, that one's. It's actually a pepper grinder, but.
The Brit Act.
Cutting slow, cutting fast, potato peeling. Chopping fast. Mm. Sawing a bone? Oh my God. That's more cutting bread or buttering toast. Oh my God. Nope. So many freaking sounds. Actually, let's see if one of those will work. I bet you one of those will work. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a weird one. All right. So what about these two right here? Add edit. Add edit.
Was a deliberate act.
No, I don't want you to go up in volume. I want you to go down in volume.
Indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
I think that did it. I think that's got it right there.
Is being looked at. We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
That's it. That's it. We're there. Shit, yeah. That was badass. All right, let's see what this whole thing looks like.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe.
So he is being looked at.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
I think I got it there. Wow. Takes some effort though, that's for sure. Now what is this? Is this anything? That is nothing. Okay, we can get rid of that. Wow. All right. Here's all our sounds. Yeah, that freaking works. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. I think that's it. I'm hungry. I'm gonna get hungry. I'm gonna go and maybe make some dinner. or talk to my wife about making some dinner, who's listening right now. So, and then take my drugs for the night. And then, yeah, we will continue. I will be back on Thursday with Mr. Michael. He confirmed today. So we'll do some chatting on Thursday with you. I know it's only an hour and a half here, but yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. So I'm going to call it good for now. Probably come back and work on this here a little bit later, though. So let's control save. But yeah, no, I like that. That's freaking fantastic.
That this could have been a terrorist attack, right?
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
The leader of the fascist right-wing group, the Prideful Dudes, they live in this area. Are they being considered?
He lives about 200 miles away, I believe.
So he is being looked at.
We have no indication at this time that this was a deliberate act.
That looks pretty cool. That's actually pretty darn cool. I don't know what this is new. This little light right here.
This was intentional. Do you have any groups that you're looking at?
We have no indication at this.
Oh, okay. You can grab that and move it around. Oh, you just move it through the scene if you want. Oh, that's cool. All right. I will take that. This little blue thing here on the timeline. Oh, and you can keep it going too. That's a neat little thing now. That's when you get the beta of a program, you get the new stuff that they're just launching. And so this is brand new. I've been noticing this little blue light that's been going past there tonight. So that's a brand new thing. Going forward, move back and forth. Wee. That is cool though. It's nice and smooth. You can see what's happening. I like it. All right. Okay, I'm done playing. All right. Good night. Thank you for hanging out. We will see you next time. All right. See you on Thursday.